Righto. Right. Bit of a random episode this week. Our friend Jacko had a bunch of podcast gear.
It's like, do a podcast, let's do it. I'm like,
So,
alright, let's do it.
It didn't really work. One camera went flat, this camera over here was out of focus. Mac's constantly out of focus, I know. It's not the full thing, it's condensed,
It's
but
our first day.
it is literally our first day. But this isn't a normal thing, I'm not going to do this often, so anyway, let us know what you reckon. If it's totally cringy and not worth doing again, I won't.
Yes, spot on.
Just a random episode this week. Not as random as him, but yeah.
You get that on the big jobs.
Is that how you do podcasts? Like
Yeah,
heaps
mate.
of noise?
Yeah, something like that. Hi, I'm TJ's mechanic, and
I am Max Cameraman, and this is a podcast. We won't call it that because we don't know what we're doing.
we don't even have a name, but we're here to keep you entertained on your way home on the Cook Bruce.
For now, let's call it the Shedcast today.
Shed casting, casting couch. What?
Get stuck straight into it, eh?
Yeah, well, a few topics we'll cover, like how we met, first car, all the cool stuff. How the business is going, how YouTube's going,
Yeah.
where it's going, how it started.
Jeez, I'm excited.
Oh, I'm excited. Jeez.
I'm excited to know all these answers to these questions.
I don't know them either, but we're about to find out. I can't see half TJ's face because it's covered by a microphone. It's quite funny.
Hang on, let me check the other camera. I just want to double check me frame.
Oh, yeah, mate. Make sure you get that shot, eh? You got one shot, one opportunity to give it everything you ever wanted. Would you capture it or just let it slip?
All right, so we thought we'd just give it a crack, have a little bit of a chat in the shed because, I don't know, someone thought it would be a great idea for us to ramble on about whatever.
Jacko.
Jackson. And we're very lucky he actually had all this gear just sitting around, apparently.
Very, very, very convenient. We've had a few malfunctions to start with, but we're going now, so that's all that matters.
So I'll probably upload this episode on YouTube as more of an edited version, cut down so it's not so boring to watch. And then...
Yeah. It's not going to be boring at all. I'm manifesting you guys are going to love it. So where do you want to start? What about your first car, TJ? What was your first car?
My first car, first or my first one I want to talk about?
No, we're going first. Very
car.
first.
Oh, Toyota Corolla. Come on, I was like 15.
Yeah, boy, what year?
88.
Oh, good year.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a square hatchback shape.
Yeah.
No springs.
Should have kept that. It's probably worth money now.
Classic now.
Now, I myself had a 91 Hilux extra cab mini truck, of course, two-wheel drive. It was the first car I started playing with. I put lowering blocks in it. I actually dropped the car off the jack in the garage. Mum come running in, thought I'd broken a leg or something, but it's just the car hitting the ground.
Now, one interesting thing I'd like to mention is that at this point in the timeline of the universe, I knew more about cars than Mac.
he's very true. I was a young pup still learning. TJ's got a few years on me, so...
I remember someone calling me up asking how struts come out.
Oh, you're right. That was me. Turns out it's 4 bolts.
That was the end of my reign.
That's a good way to lead on to how we met. Do you want to take that one over, or?
Well, we both used to have, back when it was cool to have low cars, ours were both obviously the coolest because we had air suspension.
Oh, bloody oath.
No one knew how to do it except, I figured it out myself. I bought a car, it had a kit in the boot, uninstalled. I learnt how to install it all, plumb up the tank and get the switches working, which is pretty cool. So I thought it was bloody pretty cool, eh?
What happened?
I don't know what happened now, I'm not so cool, but driving down the road one day and, being all gangster and whatever, and Max filling up with, were you filling up with
Yeah,
fuel?
I had my bag Mazda 99 at the time, and I had it laid out, and I was just walking back from filling up the car from paying for it.
Yeah, he can't help himself. He had to let me know that his had a faster air suspension setup than mine. I needed to know.
He literally, I remember him driving past. It was an Accord wagon, 94 shape, and he went past, seen mine I seen him, he seen me, and he just laid the back out and started shooting sparks and driving down the Nicklin Way. I pretty much ran to the car. Not fully out of character for me because I was actually a really sort of shy dude when I was younger. And I actually chased him down and started smashing switches next to him on the Nicklin Way. And I was like, nah, pull over. I need to have a look at this thing. It's too cool. And
Yeah, because mine was actually really, like, it was really clean.
mega clean. It had the flute guards on it.
It was almost like a show
Just
car.
old for Rogues. Oh, that's going back. A few people go, oh, I remember those.
Yeah. So that's pretty much how we met. Car stuff.
Yeah, and then my mum moved away and Dad lived in Brizzy, and I was living under a family friend's house at the time. I think I was 17. Yeah, I had my license. I was 17.
Oh, yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, and hey.
It's like 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago. And I said, oh man, I need to get out of this place. Their dog smashed over a lamp and ate my missus at the time shoes. And they
Oh, I thought you meant it ate your missus.
no. And they made me pay for the lamp. And I'm like, it's your dog. Anyway,
What,
and
what a dog.
I was like, I got to get out of here. And TJ's like, oh, we got a room spare. So I started renting a room at TJ's place. We were like the Fast and Furious, had all the bad cars out the front.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a Honda show car house. Yeah, times have changed. I don't see
Yeah.
any of them low riders. Well, maybe we're in a different scene now. I don't know.
Well, then we
100%.
found Forbies, mate. Never turned back. Really.
Yeah, I mean, I much prefer four-wheel drive scene.
First Forbie.
It's a bit embarrassing. What's the first four-wheel drive?
Mine
I
was.
mean, it's always, I get it when you're young, you don't have the finances as you do as you're older, but yeah.
Well, yeah. When I was young, my first Forbie was actually I think it was an '88 as well. Mitsubishi Triton Extra Cab.
Oh, it's
It was
two-wheel drive drift big.
No, it was full drive.
No, I mean...
Yeah, mate, it was a drift big.
Yeah.
It was a V6 petrol. Loved a skid. Not that I ever did that
Oh,
on
it's
the
one of
road.
all those private properties that we used to
All
go
those
on.
private properties, yeah.
My first full drive was on this channel. Oh, well, no, actually, no. My old job, I was very lucky. I got brand new Hiluxes.
Yep.
I had like 15 years of brand new Hiluxes, but they're not mine. My first one I bought was a Pathfinder.
Ooh, the mighty Pathy.
The old IFS IRS unlocked wagon.
The shopping trolley, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
As soon as you pick a wheel, just stop.
I mean, they're fine on the beach, but yeah. I've since learned what is important to make a vehicle capable, and they're not what I need.
No. I guess if you twin locked it, it would definitely be a lot better. But
I reckon I'd just flip it on its roof if it was twin locked. 'Cause
yeah,
you just,
they just don't have the suspension range.
yeah, it's a brick.
That kind of leads on to where we started, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, that's where our full driving started.
Yeah,
I-
to be honest, you were into the good one, like Eddie Navarra.
Yeah, I bought the N70.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We thought that was very good.
Yeah, we thought it was sick at the time.
That was pretty cool.
It had 20s with some random Chinese mud tires on it, and that noisy as anything.
We never let them down ever.
Never let them down because you couldn't because they were on 20s. I put eventually put a 4-inch lift in it from Superior.
Yeah, it was 7 years ago. Yeah,
7
we
years.
were just talking about that.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years ago, and I never really got that working too great. I ended up at the time things weren't developed as well. Didn't have diff drops, things like that. Just a 2-inch lift or 3-inch lift and UCAs.
I mean, we never really did anything crazy because it was unlocked and it had pretty average.
No, I was just watching the other day. We were trying to avoid the ruts, and I fell in and I panic throttled. We had to bring that up actually.
Yeah, terrifying.
Oh
Half
man,
of
I
1
shit
foot rut.
myself. I proper panic throttled up this thing, and luckily, didn't do any damage.
The old 1 foot rut trick.
Yeah, it was literally not even a foot deep.
The first time you take your vehicle, your pride and joy out, and you think you have wrecked it, it's not a good feeling. But even though, looking back now, it's nothing in comparison to what we've been doing recent years.
Yeah, very true. I guess joys of working for 10, 15 years as a trade, and you got a bit of a buffer. If you're going out, you just be prepared to replace that car if you had to. If you're going to do extreme stuff. Otherwise, just stick to, know your limits. Stick to your limits, I
It's
guess.
a bit of a public service announcement from Mac.
Yeah. Know your limits. Know your wage. Go out knowing how much you're willing to spend when you break stuff.
I think a cool question to answer might be, when did I start YouTubing?
Ah.
But I think but I was doing the videos before you could even put them on Facebook. That's how I kind of started. I got kind of wind that Facebook was bringing videos on. I thought, I'd be cool to do like house party videos for that.
Oh yeah, we did some rippers too.
And put them on Facebook. Like that's going to age so well, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not going to see those videos, guys. They're definitely removed now. They were just a lot of drinking, a lot of house parties, jumping off roofs, through plastic tables with surfboards under our feet.
Yeah. So that's how I started learning how to edit. Like dodgy at the time. Plus, imagine the software and the cameras we had available back then. Like
Nokia N96.
I literally, I used to use them old phones because that's all I had.
Yeah, that was like before iPhones.
So then, YouTube was a thing for about 2 years, I remember, before I got on. And then I'm like, it's probably a bit better just to put good quality stuff on this like website called YouTube because it's meant for videos. It's like
We were
Facebook.
like, I don't know what you're doing, but yeah, whatever you want to do, man.
And then, I used to cop it a lot from some people, and it was kind of weird to film back then, that much anyway.
Yeah.
You'd only really video like events. It was kind of weird just to film everyday life. But I always wanted to look back on it as a memory kind of thing. Because
Yeah.
I used to make them, I used to do these annual videos and then show them to my mates of like the past year of stuff we did, and everyone was like frothed on them so hard.
Yeah, you're like, that's sick.
And, I used to just love that feeling so much. So that's why I kept doing it.
And that's a good good advice when a lot of people ask me, I want to start a YouTube. What tips have you got or so on? And I say, look, don't expect to just go giant overnight. Like it can happen. I always say, start your YouTube for yourself. Start making videos for something for yourself and your mates and your family to watch back on and go, how sick was that time we went there? Like, and then you can watch it. Like,
Yeah.
and that's exactly how TJ just said he started. And if people like watching you, they'll start watching you.
I know, right? It's just a freak accident, not an accident, but it's kind of just a lucky coincidence that YouTube became a monetized form of social media, and it is now the most lucrative version of any social media they can be on. Point where people like me who have built it up, so we've had that channel cranking 5 years, constant videos probably, and then the last 2 years has been like full-time proper job.
Yeah. This year we're going bigger.
And then this year now I've got Mac who helped me out full time, and everyone's just responding crazy to it. I feel like we've got some cool stuff coming up this year.
Big thanks to everyone, actually. I feel very received and very loved coming on this year. So
Everyone, Mac, let's be honest, I'm just Mac's cameraman.
that's the running joke.
I've literally been called that guys at shows and that. And everyone's like, I should come and shake my hand. You're Mac's cameraman. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I am.
Oh, that's funny. How much were you shitting yourself when you quit your job?
Oh, yeah, fair bit. Just quitting any job would be scary. But I'm really lucky. In the situation I am, I had paid off a fair bit of my mortgage. I had some savings, had a lot of what's it called? Long service leave. A lot of friends like you building crazy cars.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I had a pretty good feeling wasn't going to stop.
Yep. Guilty.
And my wife Stevie's super supportive, was like, yeah, go for it. If you didn't try, you'd probably regret it. So,
Thanks, Stevie.
nothing's... yeah, thanks, Stevie. But it's still, nothing's guaranteed. So it's still scary right now, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
You just got to let it go. Everyone's situation is different. If you've got an opportunity, you should probably...
You do have that fallback. You were a surveyor.
Yeah, I did surveying 15 years full time, very qualified, know how to do the whole thing. End of the world scenario hits, I can go and do that again.
to be fair, you were the most underpaid surveyor I've ever heard of. So,
I've been told, yeah, by several people.
guys cleaning toilets on my job site earning double what he was. So, joys of an EBA company.
So that's the other thing too, guys. I wasn't really taking that bigger pay cut coming and doing this. As actually was a lot bigger, potential bigger pay cut for Mac to quit his job. Now, he earned good money.
Yeah, definitely a massive pay cut. I've got to be extremely thankful for you guys buying merch. Definitely helps. I'll use that money to try and pump back into content for you guys and more builds and the extremely thankful for the sponsors, King Chrome, Wheel Pros, Superior, and Outback Equipment sponsor the channel as well. Those guys are definitely helping pay my bills and keep the formula flowing for my little baby I've got now. Someone actually commented the other day, they're like, oh, we thought Macca was going to disappear because he had a baby.
Well, I mean, this is the thing, guys. It's pretty crazy. Like, most people will treat the newborn as the reason that they shouldn't be risking it all.
Yeah.
Said, oh, Macca, he's not scared. So
No, I definitely went balls in on this one.
risk it for the biscuit. But like me, you've got something to fall back on. Electrician, lifty, even more so.
Yeah, I'm not too worried, always got that fallback, and
Not to mention the stream of messages from people asking you to build their cars right now.
I could
could
just start building guys' cars in here,
You
but
could just build cars from in here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is crazy.
we got the hoist in now. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it yet. Never used one.
Yeah.
Your recent budget build Cape trip experience. How would you rate it? What were the ups and downs?
I'd rate it high on the ups and downs. And downs were in Palm Creek.
Great answer.
Quite steep.
No controversy with that answer. I like it.
There was an up in Palm Creek and a down at Gunshot.
I agree. It was a friggin' possibly the best trip. Both the budget build series for me have been the best trips I've ever been on. Just about. Experiences that I'd never planned to do.
I think they were very good because Matty Baker was the one that organised most of it.
Leading hand, one would say.
One would say. And he's very experienced. He's done a lot in his time, so he knows where to go, where to camp. Makes it a lot more pleasurable when there's someone organising it who knows like exactly what's happening. So that's the good part for you. There's no unknown. You're just there to have a good time and film.
Yeah, that definitely.
So, yeah.
Plus cameraman, that was a...
Oh, I tell you what, first time I've had a
That's
proper camera crew, but now I feel like on bigger trips, it's made me want to potentially hire a crew because you just get so much more. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And they're ahead and it's quicker.
And they know the exact shots to get. Like,
Well,
you
you got the right crew, they know the shots.
You don't have to tell them what to do, where to go. They're just there, ready. And you're like, oh, this speeds everything up.
Yeah.
I love a bit of competitive. I'm very competitive.
I thought Mac was competitive until this trip.
Jesus, Maddie and the girls are, they don't like to lose. And I may have played on that a bit.
Button pusher?
I didn't mind stirring Maddie up a fair bit.
He was fuming, eh?
Yeah, he wasn't happy, but we'd have a beer later and joke about it, so it was all good.
He knows it's funny because he knows what he's doing and he still gets angry.
Yeah.